Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. You definitely did not just briefly see Streamlabs, as I was, as for some reason it decided that it was going to show that monitor instead of Pyre, but alas, we are here, and if you are interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then of course that RITE Club is the place to be, and you can join it by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, talismans, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults, but let us know if there's anyone who would like to hop in for our first matches today, and let us know if there's any requests we have in chat, because I think I already see one from Artemis Fowl. From the 3 exiles, 2 must be from of the same class. The third can be same, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so at least 2 characters of the same class. Gotcha. Let me hop into said Discord server. Is Lonely Minstrel just chilling here this entire time? No, I see what it... How dare you? How dare you? I see what you did. I see what you did. You set a trap. You set a trap. Who did it? Hold on. I'll find who did it. I will find who did that. I will find who did that. Ah, I see. How interesting. How very interesting. I believe you have been caught red-handed. I believe you have been caught red-handed. Alright then. Let's see. Okay, we can remove said lone minstrel. So it's fine. Trap averted. And one moment. One moment, please. I'm afraid there is some housekeeping to attend to. Just some, just a little bit of business to attend to here. All right. Now, what were we saying? Right. I think we had a RITE NITE to be conducting, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that means we have a couple of people that we're looking to get into chat here, or rather get into the match here. So is there anyone in chat who would like to jump in? You've activated my trap card! The first time, maybe. Maybe the first time. But then I countered it. I had a trap card that triggered when your trap card activated. Lids, what trap card is that? I don't know. Ask Cacao. But alas, let me open up Steam Friends here. And is there anyone from chat who would like to hop in here? Now, full disclosure, I do have a hard stop in about 3 hours. Pretty much 3 hours exactly. So I have some stuff going on, but should still give us plenty of time to do our usual RITE NITing. So is there anyone who would like to hop in here? Don't be shy. Well, that's weird. I see a name in here that looks kind of familiar. Nora's available in about an hour. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. I see a name here that's like, looks kind of familiar. But I swear this person's not in the downside anymore. It's weird. Well, Melon will be not shy. Okay. In that case, let's see. You online on Steam right now, Melon? Cause I don't think I see you right now. And Core can hop in as well? Okay. I think I did see Core. I do see Core. Let's get him. Then is Melon on? Going up now. So maybe you just haven't logged into Steam yet, but if you have, then Steam insists that you do not exist. In which case, might I recommend that you relaunch Steam real quick, if you don't mind? At least as of yet, your name has not popped up. Alright, we should have Core in, though. Is there a specific team you're looking to be here, Core? Just, spin the wheel and see what it lands on? Okay, okay. Let's see. So, presumably, Core will be player 1, although hopefully that remains the case even once we add in a second person here. Okay, now you're back online. Okay. Just a second to check. Also, Core is good to go. Let's see. Are you showing up? Now you're showing up. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Much better. Much better. There we go. Okay, nice. And Wamelon, which team would you like to be? Which triumvirate would you like to be today? Core has claimed the Pyre Hearts. Dissidence for you? Okay, gotcha. Here we are. Okay. No controller. Hold on. Hold on. Now you should be good. Now you should have controls. Just make sure that they are set up the way you would like them to be set up. Yeah, no worries. Does this look right? And in the meantime, chat, if there is anything else we'd like to do, let us know. We have, at the moment, a request for at least 2 of the same class for this first match. At least 2 of the same class. All set? Alright. Let's hop back in here. I don't think we've had anything else. Let me just do a quick double check here. I believe that was all. One cursed talisman as well from Amberic. Okay. Okay. So that's at least 2 of the same class and 1 cursed talisman. All right. In that case, let's get started. Unpleasant flashbacks. Oh no. Oh no.
May further shame befall whomever fails. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. Dissidents, stand ready.
Alright, so at least 2 of the same class. Can do 3 of the same type if you'd like. And then you must have at least 1 cursed talisman. Those are the criteria we're looking for here.
My controller's not working.
Ooh, that's weird. Hold on. Let me see. No play. Any reasons why that would appear to be the case? Not from that.
Set up Pyre player correctly. Okay, it works in here. Yeah, see?
Ah, there we go.
Okay, we might need to restart.
Okay. No worries.
The Pyre hearts shall take on the
Pyre,
dissidents.
but with more imps.
Now we shall get started.
Is Arumi in chat right now out of curiosity? Because that just gave me an idea for an alternate game mode for Pyre, and I remember Arumi was talking about that a few days ago. Anyways, that's an aside. I think we saw, what, Core led off with Gilman there? I was a little distracted as that thought occurred to me. Well, Melon goes for a quick throwing stowaway. It's actually Lady River in the first spot for Core. Write it down, write it down! I have a pen? I do, hold on. Maybe I actually can.
Why?
Hmm?
Why is there stat changes?
Oh, wait, on who? Manly? Yeah, wait, do we have preset set anywhere? What? Why? It's like we have presets on preset masteries, but we don't. What the heck? What the heck? This match is cursed! The talismans are shifted around as well. What happened here?
Greetings, exiles. You are gathered at the Isle of.
I mean, we're back here. I don't remember if you hard said it,
You
but
have this opportunity to prove your worth. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Dissidents, stand prepared. The rite shall begin forthwith. Sir Gilman.
so Core leads off with Gilman here. And Melon goes with the same setup on the stowaway. Alright, I've written down the idea. Wasn't me, they say. I don't know. Somebody requested a cursed talisman. Might have made this entire match cursed. Remember, each player needs to have 1 cursed talisman, so generally, of course, tend to be not held in very high regard, so need to find a way to somehow squeeze that into the team without handicapping the entire team significantly. a speedy Ignarius in the last spot for core. Then lastly, Power Casting Snapper for Wormelon, and here we go for our first ride of the night. Race to the orb, Core takes it with Gilman, and looks like he was charging up a throw there, but his momentum actually took him into the Pyre for a plunge for 15. So that now means no Gilman for this round. Here comes Ignarius. Knocks back one defender, hops over the other one, and in for 30. Core takes out the Stowaway. Oh, double banishment there. Suddenly, no defenders. Stowaway will come back. Is she quick enough? That throw's unblockable. So that it will land for 15. Gilman, oh, sidestepped the cast there. Has it back now, but he gets shoulder smashed. Oh, and a big banishment there from Ignarius. Giving him time to throw this one in for 30. What's up, Ichigak? How are you? Sound different in a good way? Honestly, it might just be the angle at which I'm talking to the microphone here. There may or may not have been an extended period of time in which I was technically speaking into not the optimal angle of the microphone. But there we go. That'll be the winning plunge. In my defense, for what would seem like such a simple thing to get right, there's a part that the microphone indicates you're supposed to talk into, or an angle at which the microphone indicates you're supposed to speak into, and that was not the place where the microphone was actually set up for you to speak into, so it was extremely misleading. So actually, by deliberately having the microphone at a slightly off angle, it might sound a little bit better. Well, let's reset ourselves here, and let us know, chat, if there's anything that you'd like to see for the next one. Not the opposite side of the microphone, not quite. It was sort of, I don't know, if I had to put a number on it, maybe like, more like 45 degrees off. Not like a full, 45, maybe 90 degrees off. Probably more like 90 degrees off, not a full 180. It just had an indicator of, this is where you're supposed to speak into. But that's not actually the way that the microphone was set up, which I imagine was probably a manufacturing error of some sort. But, I mean, it's not like glaringly wrong, it's just slightly off. But let us know, chat, if there's anything else that we'd like to see. Awesome. Well, thanks. Yeah, it's a silly little thing. But and then of course there's always the one thing that I kind of hate about recording stuff and streaming stuff is the audio recording stuff. The audio is always incredibly finicky. We're like, so this is me talking on one side of the microphone. This is me talking the opposite side of the microphone. Like, does that sound different? I don't know. But like, am I leaning forward? Am I leaning back? Did I bump the microphone up? Did I bump it down? Is it blocking the screen so I need to move it to one side? Like, all that stuff changes the way that it sounds, and just gets frustrating to me sometimes how just the tiniest little change can make stuff sound totally different. There's two lids? This is right lids. This is left lids. Is right lids better? Or is left lids better? They've just been in sync this whole time. Mind blown. It does sound different. All right, but not seeing any requests from chat. Granted, I may have distracted them with that little little tangent there. That's secretly how I make so many YouTube videos. It's definitely not because we stream for 13 hours every Saturday. That part probably helps too. No, it's actually that right lid streams for the first 6.5, and then left lid streams for the second 6.5. Yeah, but not seeing any requests here, so why don't we jump in for this one? And just have these two take whatever they'd like to take.
The Pyre hearts shall now face the dissidents. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So no requests for this one. You are free to take whatever you'd like. Core goes with a luminous idle harp, so she'll get full stamina whenever she picks up the orb. Then it's a speedy Jody for Wormelon. Okay, now. Alright, so just to continue the tangent. Microphone audio, second most annoying thing of recording stuff. First most annoying thing when recording stuff is there's this little setting in the recording software that I use that for some reason I think was by default activated that made it so there was this delay, this desync between what you saw visually and what you heard. So you'd hear like, or you'd see, for example, in Pyre, like someone throwing in the orb, and then half a second later, you'd hear the sound of it actually making that sound effect. And it was incredibly frustrating to try to find a way to counteract that, to the point where I would like start recording something just to test out what the level of desynchronization was, and then try to manually proactively set it so that I was basically canceling it out. And then it turned out there was just this one little button that I needed to press that was started off in the wrong setting, and that totally fixed it. But that was it took me a long time to figure that was the problem. So that was really annoying. But back to Pyre here. Wormelon will finish with a power casting Snadra. No request for this one, so we're just seeing whatever teams these two opted to take. Oh, and that is a quick score there from Core. Going the throwing route with his sap. Also, is it just me, or was the beginning of that first round, did we hear not only Will the Scribes, but it sounded like there was a second song that also wanted to play simultaneously there? Now it's just Will the Scribes, but it was weird. It felt like there was some other song that was also simultaneously going. I don't know, man. But there's another throw for 25 from a quick throwing Manly for Core. Trying to set up a safe throwing spot, or just blowing people up with those exploding saplings to get rid of the defenders, but Wormelon up to the task defensively that time and gets it over to Barker just in time to avoid banishment. But down Barker goes now. Jody, banished here by Bertrude. Oh, and Bertrude took the legendary talisman to cast through barriers so she can cast through that lava pit, as that is the only way she would have been able to banish Wormelon in that instance.
Bertrude's aim was true.
And now it is Bertrude throwing this one in for 30.
The rite has nearly ended.
Ham. This looks suspicious. Hold on. That looks a lot like one, if not two people disconnected there, or have been getting lags.
I was fine.
4 is fine. Wamelon, are you good? I mean, maybe I'm making that up. Wamelon looked suspiciously still, and Core looked like he was just going in one direction repeatedly. So maybe it was a false alarm. My bad. Alright, so I can think you're good now? Okay. So let me count you guys down. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and then on go we'll hit resume. Also, is it just me or just... Will the scribes always have this going in the background? Like, oohs and ahs? A way more intense Will the Scribes suddenly. What is this? I'm so confused. Have I just never noticed this before? It's the near goal bit. Okay, I see. Well, anyways. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, there it is. If someone's about to score, gotcha. Well, GG. Looked like it was really only when you're right next to the Pyre.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
It's considerably more intense, though. Considerably more intense.
Until the next rite.
Right. And I thought most of the time it's just not that dramatic, it seems like. The difference, that is, between the, you're about to score and you're not about to score versions. Usually it's just like, there's one extra kind of percussion. Not like there's an ominous choir singing in the background now. Well, anyways, let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one between Core and Wamelon. Yeah, maybe, I think that might be the part that I'm thinking of. Like, what is it? Skydance might be the most noticeable, where there's clapping when one team has the orb and there's no clapping when the other team has the orb. That might be the aspect that I'm thinking of. And that's kind of, to go back to that example I gave of, for the most part, it seems like there's just an extra form of percussion. That's kind of what I had in mind. Half expecting someone to request Skydance now. But who knows, maybe we'll get a random Skydance. And never to return as well, for sure. Definitely. So, well, I mean, I guess now we have to, right? Now we have to. Alright, but not seeing anything else. So I suppose we'll just fly into this next one.
The Pyre Arts.
Okay, and we're at the ridge. Oh, and Barrack! We can get it for the next one.
Welcome.
Little too slow this time around.
Who shall conduct?
Well. Different wind melodies for individual players? Really? I'm not sure if I knew that. I'm not sure if I knew that. I mean, obviously you have the people's voices of the team that wins saying the name of your team at the end. But I assume that's not what you're referring to. Sounds like you're talking about something else. In which case, I'm not sure I've noticed that. extra casting distance for Womelin there with Jody. Yeah, it is still the winning screen, but it's a different thing. Okay.
Messenger imp.
And that's a Webland Thorn Messenger Imp for core. Yeah, I don't think I've noticed that, to be honest. Or if I have, I just haven't paid it much mind. That's a Speedy Bertrude for Womelin. Yeah, I feel like now I have to just pay closer attention to it. Though I'm sure in between matches here today, I'm not going to have that at the top of my mind. So it might need to be a separate thing where I just run through a match as quickly as possible, like, oh, okay, this is what this one sounds like. Oh, okay, that's what the other one sounds like. Lids, don't you have like hundreds of recordings of Pyre that you could just skim through? Well, yeah. Okay, fair. Okay, Barker with Jomir's Fang, so some casting stuff here for core. Just a difference between player 1 and player 2? Okay, so it's not like each individual character has its own special thing. But here we go! It was Volfred, the last selection for Womelin. But as we were just saying, lots of casting stuff for both players, it seems. And so not so surprised to see lots of banishments there, and it leads to Core throwing in an uncontested 20 points for Snadra. There will be a lot of cast trading here, but Snadra is winning these duels.
The orb flies true.
It's like the Wild West out here. And Snadra has a quick trigger finger. Oh, and shoulder smashes as well. Hops over the defender and jumps in for 20. However, of course, that does mean no Snadra for this round. Barker takes out Jody. Barker takes out Bertrude as well. Fulford returns for Womelin. Ooh, and look at that. Barker hops around him and in for 20, and that drops Womelin down to 20. So one more of those, maybe all the Core needs here, though, of course, Womelin does have a sap and therefore may have some rekindling. And there it is. It's 10.
The flames alive.
Big cast there from Barker. Womelin, oh, nearly rushes him down. But in he goes for the winning plunge.
The Pyre hearts prevail. They overwhelm their adversaries utterly.
GG.
The rite is complete.
That's a lot of casts. It's like that part there is obviously,
Stars align.
that is kind of specific to each character, where it's a component of their team's theme. So that does vary from person to person. If that's what you're referring to, then yes, I do know what you mean, Anor. Tried a defensive build, but it didn't work. I mean, it seemed like it was both of you went with very cast-centric things. I mean, that Goals Bracer Nomad, it is a weapon. Not that part? Yeah, it's before that, right? It's just before that? It's like the background music as all the teammates are saying the name of their team, right? Is that it? Is that the part you're referring to? Yeah, okay. Oh yes, and we had customize turned off for this one, so that affects, of course, our characters, weapons, enemies, and arenas. All those will be randomized. Won't even get to see what they are in advance. Just gonna get thrown straight in. We could set an arena. We could still set a song. Do we have a song? Hold on. Someone also request a song? Let me double check. For some reason I feel like might have happened. We had the Sky Dance. No, nothing since then. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'll give that a look. Kinda imagine it. Kinda. Alright, here comes the Chaos match, though.
The Pyre Hearts.
Ooh, Solus Solium. For Core, it is Imp, Sap, Harp. For Melon, it is Demon, Nomad Harp. So, Harp on each team. There are some similarities there. Down goes Vids. Of course, don't know what talismans or masteries people have, but we'll try to see if we can figure something out. We do know that now Womelon has Sacred Bond. So if Womelon is able to step on any of those portraits, they'll bring someone back. And of course, Black Harp and Black Hoop. And you see them both one right after the other. You know it had to happen. You just know that it had to happen.
Struggle all you like, reader.
Every time we turn Customize off, it just must be the case. It just... Oh, and it's Howler form! Womelon unable to defend with that character.
First in the dissident's flame.
I have such a bad team.
You know, I wonder if... And we've theorized about this before. But I wonder if maybe Supergiant thought, you know, nobody's gonna voluntarily take those cursed talismans. So what if we just make it more likely for them to show up when we turn Customize off? And that way... At least sometimes we'll see people use those talismans. That's my theory, at least. As of 30 seconds ago, that is now my theory. Core with some time here, except here comes Womelon. And also had a character there that cannot pick up the orb. So that Harp is not very threatening, offensively at least, and that would have perhaps... Yes, definitely would have been Core's preferred scorer based on the team we see here for him. Now, Womelon can score with a Howler. It's Lendl. Remember, Howlers cannot sprint or jump, but their base movement speed is actually rather high. Harp versus Harp, but Cores can't pick up the orb.
I have a fast Harp about it.
Fast Harp, who can't pick up the orb, is the extent of Core's capabilities here. He does have a portal that's right on top of Womelon's Pyre, though. So plunges in with his sap. Oh, and Core this time goes straight on in with the Imp, and needed to, because of course, as we were saying, his Harp was not able to pick up the orb at all. It is technically still possible to score with a character like that, but it is far easier said than done. Or now trying to manufacture a little bit of offense out of his sap, because with no Imp, once again, of course, his Harp can't pick up the orb, so it pretty much needs to be the sap, and he blinks in with it for 25.
Your victory is at hand.
Still don't even know if I have last left. I assume I do.
Well, series of banishments there from Raji.
The orb is up.
That is the entire team. Lendl will come back first. He is the one with the cursed talisman.
Not much force of will behind that thrust.
And Sakor has to cut the throw short there. Just 11 damage, or 9 damage rather. Putting Womelon down to 11. So it means one score may be all that Core needs here. Here comes Hamatha, though, for Womelon. Blocked here. Now banished. Or trying to be protective of that sap, because here it is. Tries to throw it, but doesn't quite have enough time.
Oh, I think I have long throwing on my sap.
Okay.
Oh, I know I have Bottle Void. I'm wrong.
Of course you have Bottle's Point. Going with the Imp. Cut off by Wormelon. Relatively dangerous portal, though. Oh, we're going for the 360s now. Vanishes 1. Vanishes 2. But can't pick up the orb with that Harp. Wormelon doesn't have anyone back yet. Now Panther returns. Gets rid of the sap. Oh, and Wormelon knew. Wormelon knew that Harp was not a threat and was not distracted by the Harp. Although Wormelon now has Lendl once again in Howler form. Oh, and just barely avoided that banishment with Panther. Just in time. Oh, and blocked just in front of the Pyre as well. Down goes Panther. Lendl returns in his usual Lendl form. Panther just trying to cause some trouble here, and does just that. Oh, and you can see what Korra's trying to do here. It is possible to score with a Black Hoof character, and that's how you do it.
Vastly outperformed their adversaries. The right is done.
GG.
Until the stars align.
You can keep me on no customize for the remainder.
Okay. Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Of course, in the absence of requests, we'll just have them take whatever they'd like to take. What's this about, a civil war you were hearing last week? You know, occasionally, tensions build within the RITE Club. And eventually, that's, that bad blood can break out into a full-fledged civil war every now and again. In which case, we have each player take sides, and we settle the dispute the one way it can be settled. With a good old-fashioned Pyre. So yeah, we have had, what, 4 civil wars? Speedy Wolfred versus Quarterback Manly. Snadra versus the World. Barker Stole Christmas. And the Falcon Forecast. Oh, and 5. And Battle of the Spiral Sanctum. 5.
And you've got this the Landlubbers versus Sea.
Yeah, that's Battle of the Spiral Sanctum, yeah.
Spiral.
I always forget that one, though, you're right. So yeah, 5. Then we've had 3 tournaments. Solium Cup, Golthanian Cup, and Jomir Cup. So usually we alternate between those Civil War and tournaments, which would mean technically tournament would be next on the list, and we are probably very overdue for that, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Guys, the reason why, I always shut down your memes for that certain song from Transistor is because it was the topic of a civil war, and we've already settled that. Like, if we hadn't already had a civil war for it, fine. But, like, it already reached the pinnacle, and now we just keep on trying to relitigate it. It's like, guys, we've been there, done that. Can we move on to... Can we find something else to get upset about so that we have new reason for a civil war and not just repeat the same thing over and over again? Find something else to be mad about. Alright, well, not seeing any requests from chat. So why don't we get our next one started here?
The Pyre Hearts shall now face the dissidents.
Alright, Core will have Customize turned off here, and he started off with a sap.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Womelon goes Tizo first. And Womelon, if you'd like at any point in time, you can click on that Pyre Hearts logo. Yeah, and you can see Core's team. And Core would probably like to see that as well. Okay. Stowaway with Sudden Grasp and 10 damage to Womelon's Pyre at the start.
Okay, click on the sap at the bottom right. Unless you want to look at that one.
Oh yeah, he's the modded sap, which is in the very bottom right corner. Yeah, there you go. Oh, extra damage throws. Interesting.
Okay,
Little
is
bit of
sturdy
rekindling.
sap?
Oh no, that's Hope.
I think it's sturdy sapling.
10 rekindling.
Already examined, so yeah, okay.
And Yiggly, that is the very reason why we have banned Triple Crone for tournaments. Because, yeah. I mean, if you know that it's coming, then you can deliberately do things like give yourself rekindling or additional starting Pyre life, but if you don't know that it's coming, then, you know, it basically means your opponent automatically wins, and that's not really great. At the moment, yes, though that is currently a topic of some dispute. I think that was the direction people were leaning. I think so. It probably will be. Now remember, Core has the additional throwing damage, so with that sap, he will presumably be trying to make that happen whenever he can. And his last character was Jody. Don't think we've seen the scouting report on her. Well, that's a Luminous Idol there on Rookie, which of course gives him full stamina when he picks up the orbs. That helps him sprint a little more aggressively toward the opposing Pyre. And Jody makes it in here for 30. Yeagly's already scheming some stuff up. Yeah, I think there's only ever been one person to use double Crone in the tournaments, and it was me. Whoa, look at that! That was cool. The orb bounced slightly off of that obstacle in the middle of the arena. Just enough to redirect it off target. Have there been other people? I know I did it once, and people were like, oh, Lids, I don't know if that was cool. We don't really like that.
All vanished.
Here comes Wamelon. Oh, but the sapling. But the sapling is just too big.
Patience, reader.
Stow away. Time to throw.
Engulfed. There goes Tizo.
Here's Snadra. She's just, oh, Fairy Spirit. Okay, we now know the talisman on Jody. And that gives her infinite stamina when she picks up that Moondrop, but she goes down before she can put it to any use.
Righteous
There's the stowaway. Plunging this time for 20. Yeah, if Core can get that infinite stamina on Jody, which he just did, that is a scary sight. But down she goes once again. Here's Wamelon, trying to sneak past. Oh, and ever so close. Portal is right next to Core's Pyre, though. If Wamelon can get that orb back.
Sandra didn't see that coming.
Gets the banishment, but in doing so did reset the aura, or rather reset the portal. And there's Jody. Plunges for 30 once again.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Tizo, blocked. Banishes one and does set up a big portal there. Snadra takes out Palmas, but takes out herself as well. Big banishment there from Tizo and clears out some space for Rookie here. Oh, and he stopped at the last second.
Sandra banished.
Oh, and the throw just barely sneaks past the defender for 10. Here's Tizo for Melon. Dangerous portal set there. Down goes Palmas. Here comes Wamelon. Blocked. Oh, but look at this. Wamelon's still over there. Still has Rookie in a dangerous position, but it is Core on the orb right now.
No sign of the Pyre.
And look at this. No defenders at the moment. Jody has returned now, and suddenly the tides have turned. Core gets the infinite stamina on his sap, but down goes the sap. Wamelon now. Oh, not quite enough airtime there from Rookie to avoid going down to the sapling. But here he is again. Snadra, blocked. Banished. Tizo sets up a dangerous portal. But the throw makes it in for the win.
Pyre hearts prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well, Melon, I think you're onto something here.
Ended.
I think you're onto something. Those portal plays. Those portal plays.
Until the next rite.
You know, why run the length of the arena when you can just teleport half the length of the arena? But maybe... Yeah, maybe, though. There might be something to it. Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Exactly. You just gotta test some new stuff. You might not start off very good at it, but then you're like, wait, hold on. This is interesting. What if I combine this cool thing with the other stuff that I like? And maybe then I can make that work. Ah, well, no worries. And that is, I mean, in some ways, that's a big reason for all the requests is, you know, if we left everything to just the players choosing everything they wanted to take, then we might see people always play what they think is the strongest setup, a quote-unquote meta establishes and nobody ever experiments with it because nobody has any reason to deviate from that. But, you know, it's through this experimentation, taking things that may not have seemed like they were that good, that we sometimes come across some pleasant surprises. Right, you know, stuff like Nutrition Stick that once upon a time was purely just a meme, and nobody ever took it seriously. Or Bottled Void, many people considered it the worst talisman in the game, and suddenly it is a staple of one of Core's go-to teams, and other people's go-to teams as well. A little bit of experimentation, suddenly they can become mainstays. And Singularity, exactly. And Singularity, it is. And Anora's choosing Exiles here. Never mind. Would you like to, rather than doing Exiles, replace that with something else, or just gonna come back to that one on a later occasion when inspiration strikes again? Okay, gotcha. A legitimate Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. What would you like to see? Savage first, with Kalimer's Anklet, that's the legendary Savage Talisman. Quick Cast and Teleport. Okay. So basically a sort of a ninja savage, but with Kalimer's Anklet. And is that all? Just that one exile with all the different stuffs? Night Howler? I mean, that works. You spent 100 lid coin. No, we don't have Night Howlers in here, though. We need to go Tariq-Bot, right? Pretty sure we need to go Tariq-Bot for that. Let's see. There we go. And that'll be it? Okay. So it's mostly about this Savage. So again, it is a Savage, the legendary Savage Talisman Kalimer's Anklet, along with the Quick Cast and Teleport. As in the salute. So let's get started. And it's in the first spot specifically. First spot, Savage, Legendary Talisman, Quick Cast, and Teleport. Now, which Savage do they pick? There was a... oh, wait, Cord, you... I really thought you manually set the book just a minute ago. Did you not? I really thought I
said it. I just requested it. I thought we'd be on the book.
Oh, well, hold on. We can still do that. We can still make that happen. We can still... Yeah, no, for some reason, I totally thought I saw you go up and set it for the book as well. But, no, apparently not. Although, to be fair, I feel like of all the arenas for Night Howlers, Blade of Loom might be the most fitting. Like, I just don't... Is it even possible for there to be Night Howlers in the book? Yeah, so remember, Kalimer's anklet is the talisman. Not for the anklet. I mean, if we still had the obstacles in, definitely. We'll be right up there. Maybe even better than the book, but yeah, with the obstacles modded out, book probably is best. Yeah, so it means your cast will bounce off of walls and barriers. So having a small arena like the book, with a bunch of obstacles in the middle, means even more chaos. Alright, well, Yiggly, now you need to say what those are. You can't just say that, right? You can't just say that and not say which teams those are. Two orange ones in the Pyre Hearts. I mean, good choices. Good choices. What, dissidents, accusers, and Pyre Hearts, basically? So, 2 out of the 3 right here. Nice. Did I remember to loop this song? I might have forgotten to loop this song. I feel like I forgot to loop this song. Once you are done selecting this exile, I will proceed to loop this song. Or it just has a really long bit of downtime, or someone else hopped in and looped it for me. If so, then thank you, whoever did that. Careful, is Artemis Fowl still in chat? If he is, then I imagine he currently has caps lock on. Alright, well here we go. We're in the book, and we have some serious bouncing casts from the savages. And we may even see players deliberately throw their casts straight into the wall just to see what happens. What direction do they bounce in? Nowhere is safe in all likelihood. Ooh, and just barely, Corey able to sneak that throw under the defender. Quick throw, well, perhaps just so the core can proceed to use the crazy bouncing casts. Oh, and the orbit inadvertently hits Womelon's Pyre and bounces out. The core goes in, plunging for 20 here.
A show of strength from the dissident's righteous.
Series of banishments. Everybody continues to go down here. Or's throws intercepted by Womelon. Or bounces out. Womelon, oh, about to banish one. Does get rid of one of those imps. Big explosion, though, for Core. However, Womelon gets Jody back just in time. Jody stops. Core with Tizo. How utterly brazen. Flies in for 25 damage. Stowaway. Banishes one off the wall. And her throw goes in for the full 20 here. Oh, look at that jump. That was for Balmer. Now, of course, he had Kalimer's anklet, so no prayer beads. It means he's out for this round. And it means right now, Womelon is defenseless. Oh, and Core thinks about the 25 damage throw, or rather the 20 damage throw. Realizes, hold on, if I have time, I might as well get the extra 5 damage from this imp. Powerful cast there from Core. Oh, Wamelon fakes one way, goes the other. Nearly found a way through with Gertrude there. And the bouncing cast does take Core out there. Buying Wamelon enough time to get Jody back. However, here comes Core. Oh, last second save. Jody. Blocked. Vanished. Down goes Gertrude as well. Bouncing casts. Who knows where they're gonna go? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, but Core had a portal! But Wamelon stopped him. Gertrude. Jody. Over one defender. Oh, but stopped by the second. Wamelon defenseless for several seconds here. Time for Core, perhaps. It's 25. Wamelon holds on with 2 Pyre life. Core has it back. Jody trying to rush down the stowaway and does. Core! And that'll do. GG. It was a good score at that.
Until the next rite.
Yiggly, I'm trying to remember. Have we had you in yet? We have, right? We have, right? Core says he can hop if someone else wants to jump in. Not today, though? Yeah, so I suppose we could make that happen. Core, if you're willing to swap out, we could go Yiggly versus Wamelon. We could make that happen. Yeah, it hasn't for a few weeks. Gotcha. Right, because I remember we were talking about, is it 1G, is it 2Gs? You said you had to put 1G in Twitch because 2Gs were already taken or something. Maybe it was the other way around. What talisman do you put on your swapping harp? I remember.
Usually on my harp I put Luminous Idol. Pretty much no matter the harp, but
Do you ever go Titan Tooth?
yeah, occasionally I'll go Titan Tooth. But the way I play my harp is like a bat out of hell, so I really like that Luminous Idol.
Mm-hmm. Just full speed ahead.
Just like, just flapping around, throwing the orb down, dashing, picking it back up.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, it sounds like we may be looking to go Yiggly plus Wamelon here.
But Yiggly said he's not playing.
I thought...
He said not today.
I think that was as in Yiggly has not yet played today, is how I read that.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
I guess confirmation, Yiggly. My understanding was you are interested and able to play today, and you were just clarifying that you have not yet played today.
Okay, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I read that as he's not playing today.
I don't know. Again, the English language, I have not played today. Yes, I want to play now. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Let me in. All right. No worries. We can make it happen. Thanks for stopping by, Core. All right. So in that case, we will boot Core. Oh, there you are. Okay. He has left. Anor has a question. Okay. Does Loose Glorian have glasses, or is it skin bark pigmentation? I'd have to take a look. I think I was under the impression that he does have glasses, but I could be wrong. I'm obviously not looking at a picture of him right now. And remind me, Yiggly, can you go controller? Are you usually mouse keyboard? So we unfortunately cannot do double mouse keyboard. At least one person needs to go controller here. Okay, perfect. No worries then. Let me just set you up here. What team would you like to be, Yiggly? Right, it looks like glasses to me. You know, is it silly that a tree is wearing glasses? I mean, is it silly that a tree is talking and walking around and playing sports book Pyreball? Maybe. The gnomes? Oh, wait, I know what you mean. Wait. I do know what you mean. I remember this conversation as well. Okay. Okay. It's the gnomes. It's the gnomes. No, it's the scales of judgment. No gnomes here. The scales of judgment. Because the accusers are really judgmental and they accuse you of doing things wrong. No! I managed to forget. Why? Why must you remind me? It's totally the scales of judgment. No gnomes to be seen here. Gnomes are pretty accusatory, you know? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's the scales of judgment being balanced by gnomes. Have you ever been to Gnome Court? I hope not. It is not a good time. Yes? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. And Yiggly, on that previous discussion, to confirm, 2Gs is preferred. Is that right? And it was, you had to reduce it down to 1 for Twitch because, it was already taken with 2. Am I remembering that correctly, or do I have it mixed up? And in the meantime, chat, let us know if there's anything you'd like to see between these two. All set? Alright, awesome. This will, of course, be Yiggly's first match of the night, but Womelon has had a little bit of time to warm up here. So maybe don't go with anything too crazy just yet. 2Gs, perfect. Okay. I think... Yeah, not seeing any requests here. Why don't we get this one started? I don't think we've seen you two face each other yet, no. I don't believe so. But this could be a good matchup, you're right. For sure.
Versus the dissidents. Welcome.
And no requests from chat, so you both are free to take whatever you'd like here.
Conduct the rites. Tizo.
Yiggly starts with an infinite stamina Tizo. Yeah, give me just a second. Once Womelon has selected this character, I'll reset you. Yeah, Womelon goes quick throwing stowaway. Let me just kick and re-invite Yiggly here. And resent the invite. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit better.
choose someone.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I mean, as we were saying, I don't think we've seen Wamelon or Yiggly face off against each other recently. Don't know, have you guys played each other outside of RITE Nights before, or is this going to be a first-time matchup overall? I mean, either way, you love to see it. Not played outside of RITE Night either. Okay, so it sounds like just all together, they have never played each other before. All left side, Webland Thorn Pamitha, so she's able to salute and switch places with her closest ally, and in general is quite speedy. Then Luminous Idol there on Barker, so he'll get his stamina back whenever he picks up the orb. Then a Brazen Manor, Prayer Beads Jody there. Some high scoring potential there for Yiggly on that Jody. Then a speedy Jody for Wamelon. And here we go, the first matchup ever between Yiggly and Wamelon, it seems. So very curious to see how these two face off against each other. Here is Jody, quickly going down. Now it's Yiggly's Jody, sidestepping that cast. Does have Celestial Spike, so she can vanish with her throws. Oh, not enough time for Wamelon to finish that throw there. Yiggly on the attack with Tizo, but that's intercepted. Down goes Jody, though. And the orb remains unclaimed here. Yiggly does now have a dangerous portal. But Wamelon has it back and has some space here to work with. For Barker, sidesteps the defender. Oh, ever so close, but decides to pass it back. Oh, and sneaks into the throw. The full 20 as well. So there's our first blood. It's Wamelon. Oh, and nearly doubled up right there. Yiggly now. On the attack. Switches in to Tizo. Tizo with some space. And plunges for 15. Now Tizo gone for this round for Yiggly. So that means numbers advantage to Wamelon. But Barker got pinned in the corner there. So now it's Yiggly's turn. Amethyst sidesteps. Flies over, but gets blocked. And knocked back. And vanished. Now the stowaway has room here. Oh, but misses the mark. Jody versus Jody. Amethyst has it back here for Yiggly. Flies over one cast, has some room. Oh, switches into Jody. And just barely has enough on it to hop in for 30 damage on this plunge. And I believe took prayer beads. Yes. So brings Jody back here. Oh, but Wamelon is not having it. Speeds straight on in with Barker for 20 right there. No prayer beads on him, though, so he is now gone for this round. Big banishment there for Jody. She goes into lava, but does get the orb over to the stowaway. Sidesteps the banishment, but her throw is intercepted here. Yiggly throws intercepted. Wamelon on the counter. The throw makes it in for 20. That means Wamelon takes the lead here and now has all characters back once the stowaway returns from banishment, but that is the temporary type of banishment. Oh, and nearly sped on in there with Barker as well. Now it's Yiggly. Tizo. Nearly. He's stopped, but there is that portal. It's a fairly dangerous one, as Yiggly now has the orb near the opposing Pyre. But Wamelon has won it back. Yiggly applying that pressure, using that portal aggressively.
The orb is up.
Yiggly again. With Panther. Switches in. But Tizo's blocked. Oh, he sets up a portal. Would have set up a portal even closer. But look at that. Wamelon finds the angle.
To the Pyre's flame.
That drops Yiggly down to 20, which means one more score may be all that Wamelon needs here. But here is Yiggly, plunging for 30. That means Wamelon likely needs 1. Yiggly technically can finish this in 1 as well, but it would need to be a Jody with Brazen Manor, except now, it's all sudden death here. 1 score, all either player needs. Technically for Yiggly, it cannot be Tizo. I do not believe he has enough damage, but anyone else, namely Jody, could finish it for Yiggly, and anyone on Wamelon's team has enough damage. But here is Jody for Yiggly. Some room here. Oh, but the last second save from Wamelon. Wamelon now on the counter. It's Jody. Over to the stowaway. She stopped. Jody versus Jody. Barker has room and makes it in for the winning plunge.
The dissidents prevail. A narrow victory, yet nonetheless commendable.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
I think you guys are right. I think we have a pretty good matchup on our hands here. Looks like these two are pretty evenly matched. And with that in mind, now that we have established we have a series on our hands here, what would we like to see for the next one? Boar says we ought to go to the Glade. That was hype, dude. That was pretty sweet. This one will take place at the Glade of Liu. Or should I say Liu? Grand ceremony. Fitting, of course. Makes sense. Okay, we have an arena, we have a song. Anything else we want for this next one? Cord says, not a requirement, but there is a bit of a theme here, what with the Glade of Liu and Grand Ceremony, so if any of you wanted to take Manly, Core would not be disappointed if you did. Not requiring it, but would perhaps like for someone to go that route. Yiggly says, nah, it's not gonna happen. Wamelon has been convinced, though, it seems. Has perhaps been convinced. Well, let's jump in.
The accusers versus the dissidents. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, so technically, No requests here affecting your team. There has been a suggestion that one of you, or both of you, take Manly. But not a requirement, per se.
Tizo.
And so Yiggly starts with an infinite stamina Tizo. Hold on, that's Volfred. I mean, you could take 2 saps. You could take... I mean, I'm not even going to say what I almost started to say. I'm not going to go that far. Okay, so it's extra presence on Volfred. No, it wasn't advice. It would have just been a curse that none of us would appreciate. No worries. It's the thought that counts. Alright, it's a Web Lanthorn Pamitha, so she'll bring back allies whenever she banishes an opposing player. Yeah, I mean he's a really strong mastery for sure. I think we were talking about it last week. Fell Swoop, once upon a time, was the go-to mastery for harps. It's still really strong, just for whatever reason has not been quite as popular of a choice as of late. I think in large part because the harp salute has become very popular since then. And for that reason, people have felt conflicted about whether to go right or left side harp. And we just, for that reason, see more full left side harps than we used to see. Alright, infinite stamina Tizo for Wamelin. And I don't even remember what the names of them are for the harps other than Fell Swoop. I have them memorized by position, and pretty sure Sleight of Wing is the salute. So I think I agree with you, Core. I don't remember which one Strike Dash is. Right, if Fell Swoop was the first one on the right side, I think we'd see basically everyone take it. Three dashes, yeah. Yeah, that does feel necessary at times. Then it's a Speedy Jody. And here we go. Big explosion from Tizo for Yiggly. But here comes Wamelin. Oh, and nearly makes in there. Has an extremely dangerous portal right next to Yiggly's Pyre. And even Yiggly's portal, not bad either. We did see that Wamelin took the nutrition, or rather, not nutrition stick, the Numbing Gust on Volfred, which means if everyone is banished on Wamelin's side, then Yiggly will not be able to sprint, jump, throw, or use any of their special abilities, which did trigger for a minute there. And the portals have both been reset, neither one nearly as dangerous as they once were. And we did see Wamelin, as we just saw right there, take the exploding saplings, but now Wamelin is defenseless, and this is that Numbing Gust activating, slowing down Yiggly and giving Wamelin enough time to get a defender back, although Yiggly's still able to make it in here. Plunging for 15. We did, however, also see Wamelin took additional starting Pyre life. And that is why Melon is still at 120 even after that score. Oh, hold on. Game tried to tab out on us. There you go. Melon trying to lock down that orb with a sapling. Dissuade Yiggly from approaching it. Oh, Yiggly. Saw you moving for a second there. Hold on. Your button is stuck? Want to try unplugging, replugging your controller due to lag spike? Eesh. Was it a lag spike or was it more mechanical hardware like failure? Need to reconnect? Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. All right, invite resent. That's weird. Wait, R trigger. So what would that? Is that the sprint one? Or am I mixing that up with FIFA? Somewhere deep in the recesses of my mind, it's like, that's the sprint button. All right. Think we have you back, in which case I'll give you guys a countdown. I'll do 3, 2, 1, go, and on go we'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Looks better from what I can tell. Here is Pamitha for Yiggly. Sneaking around the other side. Oh, switches in to Tizo. His throw is intercepted. Jody down, but here comes Volfred. He's banished. Numbing Gust activated here, but Yiggly might still have enough time to make something happen here. Oh, not quite. Not quite. That Numbing Gust definitely paying off here for Womelon. Already gotten solid value out of it, but here comes Yiggly. Womelon locks down the orb. Oh, but Yiggly says, no thank you. I'm getting rid of that. Womelon stops. Orb remains unclaimed at the moment, and Womelon goes through that portal, which is not far from the orb. Oh, but Yiggly does just enough to stop that attack. Oh, look at that. Oh, double banishment. Womelon just enough to elude one defender, gets banished by the second, but look at that portal placement for Womelon. That is extremely dangerous if Womelon can get it back. But it's Yiggly right now. Dispossessed. Oh, and Jody stopped. Womelon goes around one way and has a way through. You know, we'll give the damage here, even if the plunge was a little bit off the mark from Tizo. Womelon. Oh, just in time to sidestep that cast. And in fact, banishes the harp. That leaves Yiggly with just Tizo. Tizo gets rid of one of the attackers, but here comes Jody. Plunging in for 30 for Womelon. And Womelon building up some momentum here. Oh, but as soon as I say that, Yiggly on the counter. Banishes a defender, sets up a portal. Yiggly, considering it. Goes through it. Oh, and got right next to the orb there. Right next to the Pyre as well. But Womelon stopped it. Time now, though, perhaps, for Yiggly. Will it be Tizo? Pamitha, perhaps? Not this time. Oh, the cast banishes everybody. Womelon can't sneak past Yiggly this time. Yiggly thinking about who should have the orb here, and the answer is Pamitha. but she can't elude Volfred. Jody versus Tizo. Tizo stopped. Relatively dangerous portal there for Womelin. That's pretty close to Yiggly's Pyre. Most relevant, of course, if Womelin is to get the orb back here. But it's Yiggly right now in possession. Switches in, looking for Tizo. Tizo throws and makes it in for 15. Womelin. Yiggly stops that. Gets rid of the sap and the sapling. Hamatha. Some space here. Switches into Tizo. Tizo goes the throwing route again and sneaks that one past. 12 this time. So Yiggly starting to whittle away at Womelin's Pyre here. Darting around with Tizo as well. Look at that maneuverability. Setting up this 15 damage plunge. Womelin, oh, flies over the defender. 15 damage for Womelin. And now that drops Yiggly to 25, which means Womelin does have enough damage if it's Jody or if it's Volfred. And well, look at who's left here. Here's Jody! And that is the winning plunge.
Dissidents prevail. Their pyre burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG. No worries.
It's done.
The tricky controller and whatnot.
The next rite.
We'll get in another one or two. You know, we can get some more in here. Womelin strategizing, coming up with some new plays. It was get finished. All right, well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Of course, otherwise, we can just do whatever we'd like here. Oh, a melon, though. Turns customize off. Randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans in that case. So any plans they had, well, you can throw those out the window. Oh, someone disconnected. Hold on. Hold on. Who we lose? We lost Yiggly. Oh, Yiggly. Hey, disconnected from Steam altogether. That's no good. That's no good. That might have been a different kind of issue on Yiggly's end. Internet dropping out or something like that. Looks like maybe the case. Hopefully, Yiggly will get that back up soon, and we can get Yiggly back in that case. So let's give Yiggly a minute here. We can, of course, still do an arena. We can still do a song if either of those things are of interest to us. Of course, with Customize turned off, that accounts for exiles, masteries, and talismans. Yeah, I'm not seeing Yiggly pop back up yet. So we may need someone else to hop in if Yiggly does not make a return here. Hoping we can still make that happen. but perhaps we at least have someone who's ready to go in case Yiggly is in fact unavailable. And Barrick has chosen a song and makes a Snadra face. This concerns me. Okay, Forbidden Knowledge. Forbidden Knowledge. Okay, Nora can jump in if Yiggly does not return. Let's set up the Forbidden Knowledge. Any signs from Yiggly? Not at the moment, unfortunately. So in that case, maybe what we do here is we get a Nor in, and we see if Yiggly does make a return, and if so, we can do something then. Because at this rate, I'm not sure what the issue may have been on Yiggly's side, and don't know how long it may or may not take to resolve it. So why don't we get a Nor in that case? Why don't we invite her in? How many band teams are there? Let's see. Orlek. Previously, a specific Orlek setup was banned, but now Orlek just altogether is banned. Triple Crones is banned. There are specific setups on, what is it? Worms? Like there's a specific kind of cheese strat with Worm Stunning Claim, is it, that we banned? Am I forgetting something else? I think that's about it. Alright, we'll have a Nor in here. We will have to have one of them go on controller, but a Nor has volunteered to do so. Usually, both of these players would be keyboard mouse people, but as we were saying before, cannot have two keyboard mouse people playing against each other. Pyre will not allow it. Let's take you off Accusers and put you on Nightwings. There we go. All right. Nor, I regret to inform you, you have been thrown into a customized off match right off the bat. There is no escape. Alright, we have a song as well. I think that looks like it, though. So why don't we get this one started? And of course, no worries. No worries. Randomized teams here for both players. So we'll get thrown straight in. A Nor on controller as well. You love to see it. She probably doesn't love to play it. Unless it, whoa, that's a lot of very similar exiles for a Nor. That's 2 nomads and a savage. For Wamelon, we have Worm, Savage, and Sap. A Nor does have Sudden Grasp, the teleport, on the stowaway, it seems. The Infinite Stamina Mastery as well. That stowaway plunges for 20. She does not have Prayer Beads. Oh, and here comes Wamelon. Jumping in there for 15. And looked like Wamelon must have had the Talisman that starts off by damaging a Nor's Pyre by 10. I didn't see it at the time, but based on how a Nor is currently at 75 and Wamelon just did 15, the math would seem to suggest that was the case. Oh, there's a shoulder smash from Snadra. Lendl hops over and in for 20. Stowaway, not quite. Wamelon locks down that orb with the sapling, and then gets it with the stowaway. Oh, but shoulder smash once again by Snadra here. Stowaway hops in. Good for another 20. Gilman. He speeds in for 15 for Wamelon. Lendl, off to the side. Saved by the imp, it seems. Building a wall for him. He does eventually go down here, as does the Stowaway. That leaves just Snadra at the moment for Anor. Oh, and Stowaway out jumps her and goes on in for 20. That means we are tied up at 40 apiece here. Here's Snadra. Passes it over. She goes down. Stowaway for Anor. Retreats. Brings Snadra back. It's just Gilman back here defensively at the moment for Romelin. Oh, but that's all Romelin needs. Oh, but the Stowaway teleports onto and destroys Gilman and sets up this 20 damage throw. It does drop Romelin down to 20, but may have rekindling with the sap. And here is Romelin, plunging for 15, which means Romelin could finish this with 1 full damage score from Palmas. Otherwise, would take 2 scores. Anor may just need 1. We may be about to find out. Is there any rekindling? Oh, Anor is 1 damage short! Romelin holds on with 1 Pyre life. So you're saying there's a chance. Here comes Anor. Not so fast. Romelin. Gilman is stopped. Anor. Pressing with Snadra. She's stopped. Anor defenseless momentarily. Here comes the Stowaway. Goes the throwing route, but it's intercepted. Now Anor's counter. Stowaway. Stopped by the imps of all things. Gilman speeds forward, but he's shoulder smashed. Lendl. He's banished. Stowaway for Anor. Oh, couldn't find the opening. Here comes the Stowaway for Romelin. The throw! Good for 18, and suddenly it is a 1-score game for either player. Gilman would need slightly more. It drops Anor down to 2. Anybody's game. Lendl banished. Snadra for Anor. Over to the Stowaway. Lendl now. He has an opening. Could this be it? But divine intervention. Romelin holds on with 10 rekindling. Still a sudden death match. Stowaway. Banished. Snadra! Stopped as well! Anor defenseless. Here comes Gilman. Is he fast enough? Oh, he had it! But he passed it back. Stowaway. Against the Stowaway. Intercepted. But banished. Snadra down. Time perhaps for Romelin. And there it is.
The dissidents prevail. They somehow managed to scrape by despite their adversaries' efforts.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
What a bonanza indeed. Sir Gilman's face says it all.
Until the stars align.
All right, well, chat, let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Brownouts? Really? Wow. That stinks. But good to see you back. Anor has turned Customize off here once again. Do you know, was it his... I assume it was an unscheduled brownout? There was no forewarning? I assume this was a... Oh, by the way, our power is basically not here right now. And, well, who knows when it's coming back, but apparently it is back now. No. How about we do this? Let's do another one here between between Anor and Womelin. And then after that, we might see if we can get Yiggly back in. Because we did cut that one short, and then Anor we can get you in later on. It seems like there is still something left to be settled between Womelin and Anor here. So let's let them see this one through, and then maybe we bring back in the Igly-Womelin combo, and we can bring Anor back in after that. Another civil war brewing. All right, let's not get hasty here. Let's not get too hasty. We've already done a customized off civil war. It also happens to be the same civil war that you guys keep on trying to have us redo. All right, so let's do this one, and then we'll see if we can get the Yiggly plus Womelin combo after this. So once again, customize off. You hear that? Because that's a boat. Anor, it's double worm and a crone. For Womelin, it is an imp, a harp, and a sap. We shall see how this one goes here. Anor, with her crone. That throw is unblockable. And it lands for 25. Now, oddly enough, although technically the boat is the worm home arena, that is also perhaps the biggest harp jump I've ever seen in the boat. 30 damage plunge there from Anor's crone. The boat is actually arguably the worst arena for the worms. Because it gets rid of their aura trail, which is pretty significant. Womelin blocked. Nearly carved out a little bit of space, a little bit of time and space to go for a score there. Actually, banishes one of the last of Anor's exiles, but Anor has Infinite Worms! Anor has Infinite Worms! Glorious. Absolutely glorious. There goes Womelin. A little bit of time space.
The Worm Knight somehow did it.
It is the best possible setup. Oh, except Anor also has the Crone Salute. Oh man, Infinite Worms plus Crone Salute, but it's okay. Womelin still has Rekindling. Oh, Anor on the Pirate's doorstep. Womelin stops that. Manly. Oh, try to pass over to Pamitha, but she goes down as soon as that happens. As does Manly. But not enough time for Anor here. Here's Womelin on the attack. Flies over to the defender and in for 15. Pamitha avoids banishment and flies in for another 20. Anor, stop there. Womelin, over to Messenger Imp. Stop, but has a very dangerous portal. Here comes Anor, though. Oh, banished. Here's the Infinite Worms, though. And that's all it takes. Anor finishes it. Another GG.
The rite is ended.
I'm watching Anor play Worms. Pretty sure Nora has said on several prior occasions she's not the biggest fan of them. Right? Oh no, it got worse, but it was Infinite Worms, functionally. You have 2 worms that can come back, and you have the exile with the lowest hope to maximize the probability of those 2 worms getting non-stop infinite stamina. See, look, it's pretty great, isn't it? It's pretty great. I'm totally not biased. All right, but I think we had said that we wanted to try, since we cut off the Wamelon plus Yiggly combo a little bit short. Why don't we go Wamelon Yiggly for a little bit here? And exactly, yeah, if we can get an ore back in later, that'd be great. So perhaps more of that to come in the future. But let us get Yiggly back in. There you are. Invite sent. Set you back up here. Swap you over again to the Scales of Judgment. Scales of Judgment. It's totally what that is. I will not take any other answer. And Barrick is choosing exiles here. Fuel the competitive fire. Gnomes versus dogs. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Can't exactly say I ever thought that I'd be picturing a war between gnomes and dogs, but alas, here we are. Want to see the Rookie-Barker matchup once again. So one person has Rookie, the other person has Barker? Is that what you mean? Presumably, Wamelon being the dissonance would be the one with Barker. Making Yiggly the one with Rookie. Yes? Okay. Alright, so Rookie for Yiggly and Barker for Wamelon. And it looks like that is all.
The accusers shall now face the dissidents. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so Yiggly goes Web Lanthorn on Rookie. Fitting Arena as well. Get a random Fall of Solium in there for good measure.
Another joins your ranks.
Oh, is this an attempt at extending an olive branch core? Is that what this is? Thank you for gifting the sub to Honor. Is this your attempt at peace? Oh, look at that. They're friends again. Alright, and it is a Speedy Barker on Wamelon's side. What happens if you summon Falcon Ron? Great question. Great question. Perhaps those who have summoned Falcon Ron in the past could explain. In short, you unleash unending chaos. And it's a Prayer Beads Pamitha for Yiggly. Almer for Wamelon. Last one for Yiggly is Gilman. Then Wamelon finishes with the extra presence on Jody. So here we go. Kerr versus Kerr. And it's Wamelon getting us started here with a 20 damage plunge. Almer down. And no Barker in this round after he plunged without prayer beads. So numbers advantage to Yiggly. Waiting to get that stamina back, but doesn't get it back quickly enough. Good jump there from Almer, but his throw is intercepted. That's an exploding Gilman there, I do believe, that we just saw from Yiggly. Waiting to get that stamina back, here it is. But perhaps it's Pamitha time instead. And in she goes for 20. May the best boy win. The duel of the doggos. Oh, look at that nifty maneuver from Rookie, avoiding the defender. Oh, and there's a nifty jump as Almer hops in for 20. Cast versus cast, and Yiggly wins that duel. Just enough time to get that throw off as well. Yiggly trying to power through with those casts to clear out some space. Did to a certain extent. Pamitha taken out. And Wamelon had that Kerr hanging out right next to the Pyre there for a quick score. Big cast from Yiggly. Almost enough to take out Jody there. Does follow up to Banisher. Just Almer back defensively. But Yiggly gives it back to someone else before Almer can disrupt that attack. And Yiggly speeds in for 15 here. Another big explosive temper cast. Once again, from Rookie. Jody. Back to Barker. Here is Barker. Oh! Nearly eluded the defender. But Yiggly recovered. Ooh, fakes out Wamelon. And flies over to the defenders for a 20 damage plunge. Down goes Barker. Here comes Almer, though. His throw intercepted. Yeegly now with the counterattack with Pamitha. Banishes all the defenders in the way. Womelon does still have someone, but they're on the other side of the arena. So Pamitha plunges uncontested for 20, and that means just one more score. It's likely all that Yeegly needs here. Womelon still needing 2. Yeegly intercepts. On the attack now. Yeegly explodes on the defenders. But Womelon has it back here. Yeegly, race to the Pyre! Oh, but Womelon gets Jody back just in time. Almer down. Rookie, who will it be? It could be him! Is it now? Yes, it is.
The accusers prevail.
GG.
The right is complete.
First RITE NITE win. Let's go. Well played, you two. As we were saying, it does appear we have ourselves quite a matchup here. Retiring forever. Well, yeah, good to see you guys have found a good pair. Good matchup. Alright, as I said, I do have a hard stop at 7. So I think if we were saying... Rookie with a winning plunge as well. If we were saying we were looking to get a Nor back in, because we shortchanged her a little bit before, then perhaps we do just one more between these two, and then we'll look to have what will likely be our last pairing. Yeegly says, no gimmicks on this one, please. Just want a fair match, level playing field. In which case, perhaps, we just go straight into this next one. And give the players what they're asking for here. Melon says, if Nor comes in, call him the customize off.
The accusers shall confront.
Okay, so we're at the cairn. No requests.
Welcome.
So you two are free to take whatever you'd like.
Who shall conduct the rites? Tizo.
Okay, so Yeegly starts with an infinite stamina Tizo. And Nor just wants to play keyboard and mouse. So quick throwing Almer in the first spot for Womelon. Yeegly goes prayer beads on Jody. Then Luminous Idol on Barker, so he'll get full stamina back when he picks up the orb. Core versus Anor. Core goes keyboard and mouse, Anor goes controller. That could be interesting. Both players playing on their less preferred method, system. Don't forget those 2 masteries, though. You can swap to a different nomad if you didn't want those masteries. You can go for Snadra or Lendl. Wanted Void on the Imp. Okay, now that, unfortunately at this point, you cannot change unless you were to take another Imp. And Yiggly does just that. Takes the web lamp, or takes the bottled void on the Imp. Then Speedy Jody in the last spot for Wormelon. And here we go. Ulmer down. Barker down, and that means time and space here for Yiggly to make it in with the Imp for 15. Means no Tizo for this round, though. Just Barker for Wormelon, but it is only Barker on the board right now. So he has an uncontested 20 damage plunge here. Oh, nifty maneuver there. Oh, except the orb bounces off the hockey puck. This time, for a second there, it looked like it was going to happen again. Yiggly still makes it happen, though. Does still get the 15 damage throw. Oh, good cast there from Wormelon. Jody takes out Jody. And some room here if Yiggly is quick. And Yiggly is, and I believe we saw prayer beads on that Jody, so she will be coming back here. Yeah, she is back. So that is Yiggly's preferred plunger. And perhaps a little bit of time and space here. Oh, infinite stamina momentarily there on Jody. Stuns the defender for a second, and that's just enough time to carve out another plunging opportunity for Jody for 30 damage. Huge banishments there from the Imp. Jody again. 30 damage again. Huge plays from Yiggly. Wormelon not going down without a fight here. Tizo finishes the job.
The accusers prevail. And such a well-conducted
GG.
victory it was. The ceremony is complete.
Well played, you two.
Until the stars align.
That's an iRotor strat right there. Or, I mean, many people have done it, but I oftentimes think of iRotor when I see that strat. Alright, well, I think, as I was saying, because I have a hard stop in a little under an hour, want to try to... Aim search is too strong, confirmed. Yeah, it was probably... I think that was the plan, right? When Yiggly said was hoping to put the Bottled Void on the first Imp and then was trying to go with the Nomad in the last spot, then realized partway through, oh, hold on, I didn't take the Talisman I meant to take. I assumed that was, yeah, the intention, but had to instead put the Bottled Void on that last Imp, which was not initially part of the plan. So I think that was originally what Yiggly had intended to do. But as I was saying, I think if we have other people who would like to hop in here, now would be a good time to make that happen. Otherwise, we realistically won't have a lot of time for those players to have matches. Lots of strats. Lots of stretch. Yeah, and Nor would like to get back in because we had her in ever so briefly before. Do we have anyone else who'd like to hop in as well? As I said, I think this is probably going to be our last chance to get new people in before the end of the night. So if there is anyone who has not yet played, but would like to do so, then this would be a good chance to make that happen. Sounds like we can swap a Nor out for either Wamelon or Yiggly, but is there... I mean, we could potentially get someone else in if there is anyone else from chat who would like to do so. Taylor or Hoppin? Okay, in that case, why don't we do that? We'll swap out Yiggly and Wamelon, and we'll get in Baylor and Nor. Nor's like, I can use mouse keyboard. I don't have to go controller. Thank goodness. Alright, well. Thank you guys for stopping by. Yiggly and Wamelon. I'm looking forward to seeing more matches between you two in the future, as we just saw. I think it looks like. Really nice matchup between you two. But this time, let's get Nor back in, and Phaler as well to face off against her. Phaler, you are not yet on the Steams, it would appear. And yeah, absolutely. Take a look at, we can definitely try to get other matches done. Coordinating in the RITE Club, you don't need to wait for just RITE Nights alone. And there's also still in the... Which channel is it in? Is it the RITE Club channel where... how long ago was it at this point? A year ago? Year and a half ago? Where Lag Machine did the in-depth analysis, that amazing in-depth analysis of every single class, and wrote that all down for our record keeping in that channel, which is just fantastic for if you're trying to, get some ideas for how you might want to experiment with some new team compositions. Hold on, let me see. I'm pretty sure it is in RITE Club, or is it Beyond a Crystal? It might be Beyond a Crystal. Let me see. Search Lag Machine's name. Does it pop up? Yes, we have it. Hold on. See if this works. See if this works. This is a Discord link that I'm hoping will work in Twitch. Discord link within the RITE Club. Hopefully that'll take you to the right place. Hopefully. In theory. Nightbot, no, how could you? Nightbot, we were supposed to be allies. Alright, let's get Thaler and Nor in here. That is not an F. That is an F. Go, switch up the triumvirates as well. No accusers and no dissidents, but yes to the fate and yes to the Nightwings. There we go. Okay. There we are. Nor also... Phaler, why? Why must you do this? Hold on. Now I need to do... hold on. In order to get rid of that, do this, okay. Like, you made your point, Phaler, okay. Nor also, do you have controls? You do not. Now you do. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And if you guys have any questions about that stuff in the Beyonder Crystal, sure, we have plenty of people who'd be able to answer. Preset song ×2. Okay. Gotcha. So we'll get the Fate theme and we'll get the Nightwings theme. Wait, what is the Nightwings theme when we do preset theme? That's a bait. That's a bait. Yes, I know I've asked this question a bazillion times before. Alright, I thought I could get an orderfall for it. I thought I could trick her. Alright, alas. Wait a second. Hold on, that's not right. Something's not right about that. Alright, let's get this one started then. No other requests outside of the song. Something doesn't quite add up. But I can't tell what it is. Oh, we start on the Ball of Solium. Okay.
The Nightwings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, Baylor goes quick throwing Ninja Almer. Honor goes Nutrition Stick Volfred. Almost said Almer there as well. Nutrition Stick Almer, now that'd be interesting. Extra blinking distance on his jumps? I don't even know how you'd make that work. Honor was thinking about the quick throwing Jody, but instead goes rekindling on Tizo there, so did not take any rekindling on her sap, but took some on the talisman spot from her imp. Interesting choice. Then Phaler with a Prayer Beads Bertrude did take that prone salute, so be on the lookout for that. And there is the speed throwing Jody. And here we go, our first matchup between Phaler and Honor for today. Phaler's throw intercepted. Honor with Volfred. Oh, got stuck a little bit there. Almer's throw, well, that just ends up in the middle of the sapling, unfortunately for Phaler. Honor scoops that one back up. Sets up a Brazen Manor, I believe. Goes through the portal, getting infinite stamina when she does so. Trying to find a way around the defenders. But can't do so. Phaler cut off here. Phaler defenseless for the moment. Here comes Honor. Phaler's defenders return. Oh, but not in time to stop that blink straight into the Pyre with a nutrition stick from Volfred. No Volfred for this round, though. Almer banishes one, has the orb, blocked, banishes, but then gets banished. Honor defenseless momentarily here, but does have Numbing Gust active, slowing Phaler down. And Phaler did not have a portal set up, so didn't realistically have any way to get to that orb in time. Jody banished. Phaler pushing pretty aggressively here with Bertrude. And continuing to do so, eventually Bertrude does go down. Oh, but then teleports in with Almer. Not giving Honor any breathing room here. Even the portal doesn't give her much room to escape. And look at that! Honor was about to get it, but Phaler snuck in right under her with the teleportation. And here comes Phaler's salute. Not enough to finish the job here. But he opts to play it a little bit early. Of course, he can only do that once. But it does give him 30 points there, and he did have Prayer Beads on Bertrude, so didn't mind just going for the plunge there. Honor. Yeah, they're trying to just barely snipe Volfred and does, but here comes Jody in the meantime. Orbit inadvertently hits Phaler's Pyre and bounces out. Phaler defenseless. Honor still has Tizo. but may have realized, perhaps not going to be quick enough before Phaler got some people back. There is a somewhat dangerous portal now for Nor to consider using, and there it is. Does set up this Jody. Oh, 40 damage throw. Snuck into Brazen Manor before going through that portal, it seems. Of course, those 40 damage plunges, whenever someone does manage to pull them off, huge swings. Phaler has it back now. Oh, but that's that infinite stamina, super speedy Jody. Phaler with Almer. Oh, finds the angle. Creative jumping location there. Running one way, jumping the other. Given just enough space to sneak one in. Not so this time, though. Nor thinking about the portal, perhaps. Not going to take her far, but it will give her infinite stamina. And just trying to find the entry point for it. There it is. Uses it again, just to reset that infinite stamina period. But that's not enough for Jody to make her way through. Okay, there now. Quick attack. Oh, sneaky reverse psychology there with Bertrude. Does not jump. Goes under the defender and triggers that rekindling. As we said, no rekindling from Volfred. It's coming from the talisman on Tizo RITE NITE. That's why it's 20. Rather than the usual 10 or 50 increments. Jody goes through the portal, infinite stamina. Vanishes one defender. Phaler has it back. Goes through his portal. Oh, but the orb is still right there. Oh, last second save from Phaler. That could have been costly. And it is technically a one-score game here. For an Nor, would need to be a Brazen Manor Jody. For Phaler, it could be anyone other than Raji. And speaking of Brazen Manor, there is Jody. No time to set it up, though. Nor, fairly dangerous portal. Phaler realizes it and moves to get it covered. Moved it back ever so slightly. Here comes Jody, and Brazen Manor was up, so that is enough.
Pyre nearly was extinguished there, but no.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, close match.
Until the next rite.
All right, so let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for this next one. We have another preset theme. So we have our song set for this one. But as things currently stand, that is all. So, in the absence of any requests, of course, we'll just have both players take their preferred teams, and it looks like that may be the case here. So let's get started.
The Fate versus the Nightwings. Welcome.
Nest of Trieste this time.
Who shall conduct the rites?
This time, rather than the Almer lead, Phaler goes with a Titan-Toothed Dalbert, so he'll stun anyone that he jumps into. Rare beats Pamitha in the first spot for Nor. Web Lanthorn Raji for Phaler. Now here's the nutrition stick full Fred. Once again, it is all the way down on the left side. Numbing Gust, no rekindling. Though we did see Nor take rekindling of a different sort using RITE NITE last time. Last one for Phaler is a Harp. So will Nor look to get some rekindling here? Well, she certainly can. If she goes for a second sap. That is a quick throwing Manly. Phaler trying to get things started quickly with Dalbert, but he got stopped. Fred. Oh, he goes down. Ametha, Fernor. Switches in. Oh, to that sap blink directly into the Pyre there for 25. That one was from Palmas. Phaler. Just enough room there. Sneaking past the sapling to make it in for a 20 damage plunge with Dalbert. No prayer beats on him, so he's gone for this round. Tamitha. Phaler is blocked by her sister. Big explosion from Raji. Almas. Perhaps waiting for reinforcements, and here they come. Phaler. Just positioning himself defensively. Oh, but from some ranges, those sap throws are unblockable, and that may very well have been the case there. Nor perhaps looking to do more of the same this time, but unsuccessful this go round. Dalbert, Titan Tooth stuns the defender. Oh, but Nor tries to switch out of it. Phaler can go all the way around the Pyre, but can't quite get the angle right to get in. But Nor does for 20 here with her Harp. Dalbert blocked, but the Titan Tooth stuns Nor. So plenty of time to follow up with this 20 damage plunge. Harp versus Harp. Nor switches, goes the throwing route. And that's good for 25. That drops Phaler down 2-5. So one score, likely all that Nor needs here. Tamitha. Stopped. Nor now. Just Dalbert back defensively for Phaler. Probably not the exile he wants to see in this situation. Not his preferred exile to have do this. Raji is, though. Where is the orb? Oh, Nor has it back there by her Pyre. Just waiting to get some more people back, and here they are. It's Pamitha. Oh, tries to hard push and nearly had it. Angle was a little bit off there. Had the right momentum. Dalbert. Full speed ahead. He had Titan Tooth, not Prayer Beat, so he's out for this round. Oh, and look at that! It looked like she was in. But Nor somehow falls just short. Well shielded. But Phaler gets Raji back. Now Tamitha as well. Phaler's not having any of that. Now starts pressing forward a little more aggressively. Oh, and look at that cast from Phaler. Lined it up well. Sap versus Imp, and Phaler has gotten Tamitha back as well. There's the switch. Opportunity here perhaps for Phaler, though. He Harp pushes successfully. In for 20, and suddenly... Well, I would say this would be a one-score match, but we did see Nor take the rekindling on her second sap. So we would at least see Nor's first life bar go down, and here it is. It is 50 on that second life bar. So Phaler still with some work to do. Dalbert. Oh, nearly threaded the needle, but not quite. Well shielded from Nor there to protect Pamitha. She's Titan Tooth stunned. Phaler. Tamitha. Pushes and creates enough space. Phaler needs 2 and Nor needs 1. Well shielded from Nor. Fakes out the defender and makes it in for the winning plunge. GG.
The tribes themselves surely have taken note. The rite is done.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And now let us reset our song. And that means that we truly have nothing set up for this one, unless and until you guys have anything you'd like to request here. Otherwise, of course, we can just get the next one started and have them take whatever they'd like. So let's do that.
The fate shall
All right, and it is at the pits.
night wings. Welcome.
Lots of interesting options here.
Who shall conduct?
Or setting something up for the next one. Turning customize off. Okay, gotcha. Just remind me before we get that one started.
Said deluge.
Baylor starts with an exploding deluge. Anor goes quick throwing stowaway. Now, I would say the Savages perhaps have the most uniquely interesting options here in this arena in particular. As Phaler goes with a Raji there. Anor doubling down on the Saps. Or rather, Savages. So, be interesting to see if Anor takes a conventional approach here, or if she tries to do something like bounce some throws off the walls, or some jumps off the walls. Not to say those types of things can't be done with other classes, but it is definitely most often that we see that happen with the Savages. And then Webland Thorn Tizo to round things out, so we shall see. Anor giving us the sassy Snadra. We shall see. Well, here is the stowaway. Hopping past one defender, and yes, that is a wall bouncing throw she just went for. That throw from Phaler off target. Stowaway. Oh, well, that was an extremely quick counterattack from Phaler. Blink and you missed it, and I might have blinked. Almer. Tizo back to Almer. Banishes one defender with the throw and goes off the wall and in for 20. So that does appear to be the thing that Anor is looking to do.
The Nightwing's fire burns brighter for now.
Almer vanishes with the throw. Oh, was going for it again there, but didn't quite have enough time to make it happen. Taylor. Bertrude. Throw is unblockable and it lands for 30. No harps this time. That perhaps being the next most common thing that people like to do in this arena for the extra memeage. Stowaway, looked like the angle was right. Might not have had the range, though. Another uncontested throw this time for Phaler. Once again, good for 30, and that drops Anor down to 25, so one more of those, all that Phaler needs. Lee did also take C's chance on his worm, so it is possible he could get enough damage from that, too. Anor, well, that time just went for the straightforward. Throw straight into the Pyre, except Phaler was not fooled. Anor banishes. And follows it up, but no time. And Phaler does sneak on in with the Siege Chance Worm, just enough damage to finish the job.
Their pyre yet burns with vigor and resolve. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Fell for it. GG. Those sneaky, I know you think I'm gonna jump, but I absolutely am not, type of plays where, you know, you just sprint right on under your defender. Alright, and Nor had said customize off for this one, right? Okay. That means that the low worm wins. Exactly. So randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans for this one. We could still do an arena, we could still do a song if either of those are of interest. If so, let us know. Otherwise, we have everything set and ready to go. Does seem like that'll be it. So let's get it started, and we shall see what they both end up with. How many cursed talismans is the real question. You know it's at least one, probably at least two. For Phaler, it's 2 harps and a sap. For Nor, it is 2 demons and a worm. Interesting team compositions. Oh, and that is no ordinary demon. That is Orlek for Nor. She does have a worm, so she may be able to bring him back. We might be about to find out. Otherwise, that is a big handicap. Does have Stunning Claim. Gives time to get Jody back. But that won't stop Phaler from Harp pushing his way through. Anor did have a ton of additional starting Pyre life from those 2 demons. Orlek, Anor checking for the Brazen Manor. She does appear to have it on Orlek. Probably not going to have the time to score with it active here, even if she does stop Phaler on this occasion and get it back. No, Phaler finds a way all the way through. Plunger for 20 here. Orlek. Banished here. Does Anor have a way to get him back? We still have yet to confirm. The worms do have a mastery that could potentially make it happen. Phaler once again sneaks under the jumping defender. Orlek. Banished. Deluge. He goes down. That leaves just Jody here. Anor able to stop Tamitha. Gonna be a long wait for Orlek to return, but Deluge is back. Not for long. Deluge Stunning Claim will at least give Anor a little more time to get one of those demons back. It's actually Orlek who will return first. Here he is. And he makes it in for 25. No prayer beads on him. He's gone for good. Stunning Claim. Trying to give Anor a little more time to get Jody back, but it is not enough to stop this plunge here. Orlek down. Just Jody. And Jody pinned in. Anor does have Valiant Return. The Deluge is back. His Stunning Flame momentarily freezes Phaler. While Anor is defenseless, but still not enough to stop him. A lot of close calls here, but for the most part, Phaler has still been able to capitalize on them. But there's a close call for Anor. Does have just enough time to get the plunge in there with Orlek. Deluge. Blocked. Phaler back on the orb here. Just Deluge defensively for Anor at the moment. And oh, well-timed Stunning Flame. Will Jody come back quickly enough? No, she will not. So once again, we have one of those last-second scores from Phaler. Tamitha, blocked. Anor first to get it back. Here with Jody. Waiting for some reinforcements. As we were saying before, it's generally going to take a long time for Orlek to return, but here is Deluge. So Jody on one side, Deluge the other, Deluge down. Baylor had a harp, waited next to the opposing Pyre. And it means technically Phaler is now capable of finishing this, barring any unexpected rekindling from Anor. If he is to get a full damage score from Manly, he has done all of his scoring thus far with his harps though, so that is probably not the most likely outcome. And he does follow through with the harp here, and that means now any character does have enough damage for Phaler. Again, assuming we don't see an unexpected rekindling, we do not. So Phaler takes the win.
The fate prevails. They brushed aside their adversaries without too much trouble. The right is complete.
GG. Well played. Let's head on back. And we have Chewing Dragon has requested some exiles here. Oh. Well, so I have not seen the most recent Morbius, or yeah, the recent Morbius movie. I know of the Morbius memes. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to go off of here. I don't know. How do we make it Morbin time? Absolute Core, you might be onto something there. How does one make a Morbius-themed match? You know, no, I don't think we do know what we need to do. That's kind of the point. For those of you who don't know, Morbius is a villain who is a vampire, and that's pretty much all I know about him. He's a vampire villain dude, and there's a meme that features a line that he never actually says in the movie where he goes, "It's Morbin time." As in Mighty Morphin time, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but it's not the Power Rangers, so he never actually says it in the movie anyway. The dude, just Morb. Just Morb, dude. So, I mean, if he's a vampire, then, like, imps, harps, probably make a lot of sense. They fly, they have wings. I don't know. Messenger Imp's plunge animation? Right, exactly. He does not actually say it's Morbin time. But dude, just Morb. Mighty Morbin Power Sony Universe villains. He totally says it. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. He totally says it in the movie. There are absolutely videos you can watch in which he says it in the movie. Clearly, he says it in the movie. Indisputably. Well, so definitely some room for interpretation here, but let's get it started. And I guess we will see what the Morbin means to both of our players. I mean, Isla Kalimer would have been really fitting, I think, but no, it's the Cairn. Do you guys not remember when Hedwyn just morbed all over the place? It's pretty hard to forget. I think Anor is truly lost here. I mean, the character is a vampire. Do whatever you will to try to make a team that is based on a vampire. Apparently, Hedwyn is also efficiently Morbius. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Take it all with a cup of salt.
Go on.
Edwin maybe is truly a vampire. Maybe that is a thing.
Headwind.
Snadra is several hundred years old. Maybe she's a vampire, even though she's definitely more of a ghost. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Just follow your morb. Just follow your morb. Just believe in the morb.
Messenger imp.
Alright, I mean, Messenger Imp is an imp, which does seem somewhat vampire-like. Or you could do Leeching Talismans would be vampire-like in a different way.
Sir Gilman.
Chewing Dragon. I don't know, like, is Morbius a Titan? Maybe. That was beautiful. The perfect synchronization and the sound effects that went along with it was just fantastic. Well, here is Morbius number 2. Clearly just morbing all over the place, as you can see. So many casts. The entire team vanished on both sides from that double power cast. That was amazing.
Didn't see it coming.
All right, not nearly as glorious that time around, though. I'm incredibly disappointed. Well, I suppose we did see some leech there on Phaler's Morbius plunge. So, yeah, I guess. Headwind is, in fact, Morbius, confirmed. Tamitha blocks. And Titan Tooth stun on both players. Alright, we're back. Minor goes to the throwing route. Little less damage, but of course means she'll keep in her harp for this round as well. And Morbius just couldn't be stopped. The only way to morb is to morb together. That was a pretty big morb, if you ask me. Oh, well, Tamitha proceeds to sacrifice her teammates, and Gilman follows up with a 12 damage throw. More power casts being exchanged. Quick Tamitha. Blocked. She will Titan Tooth stun Phaler. I think Phaler may have Titan Tooth Honor as well there. For whatever reason, it seems as though those Titan Tooth Exiles always are the ones clashing. Honor waits for Phaler to commit, then goes the other way through the portal. Likewise here, actually takes Honor further than perhaps she expected. Tamitha is a Morbophobe. That may be the case. I mean, she's not here now, so this is an uncontested morbing opportunity for Phaler. And we may just see one more score from Phaler as all he needs to finish it. Double Titan Tooth stun once again. But Honor bulldozes her way through with that harp push. More power casts. Worm versus Imp, and the Worm returns. And it's a little bit of Infiniworms, actually. I don't know, is Infiniworms Morbin time? It might be. Guess I wouldn't rule it out. Well, there's Morbin time. And Anor drops Phaler down to 10 here. So one more score from Anor might be all she needs, and she leeched, and in the process now means Phaler does not have enough damage to finish this one with one score. But now he'll score for 20 and leech back 10 on his side, so Phaler can finish this with one score. And Anor could if she has full damage, so it is a sudden death match, and Anor is defenseless here. So you know what that means. It's Morbin time. GG. What the heck just happened?
Thus end this night's proceedings.
I don't really know. And alas, Edwin morbed. He did it. He did the thing. Phaler's my alt, by the way. And looking at the time, I think that will have to be our penultimate right. I think we'll need to go Liberation right here, and you know what? Perhaps that is fitting for that to be our penultimate right. What better way to have our final right with a request be to have a Morbius right, you know? Can we really top that? I don't think so. I don't really think so. So let's go into Liberation right protocols here. That means Follow Solium, Sermon Intro will go never to return the version of player 2, so in this case, the Nightwings. And that means no request for this one. We'll have both players taking their preferred teams. We will ban Amberic from chat. And then we will get started. One moment, please. One moment, please. Let's do this. And here we go.
Hear me, exiles. Welcome to the fall of Solium. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Let us see which one of you is more deserving. The Fate, stand prepared. Nightwings, stand prepared. Now, let us begin.
All right, as we said, this will be our final right of the night, our Liberation right. No request for this one. Both players just taking their preferred teams. Phaler, of course, representing the Fates, Anor, the Nightwings. Now, this is truly Morbin time right here, perhaps. Or are we all morbed out after the last right? That may be the case. We'll have to see. Prayer beads saluting Pamitha for Anor. Phaler led with Almer. And now goes Web Lanthorn Raji. Speedy Jody for Anor. Titan Tooth saluting Tamitha for Phaler. And there's Nutrition Stick Volfred for Anor. And here we go, our final run of the night, our Liberation right. Phaler on the left representing the Fate, and Anor on the right representing the Nightwings. Best of luck to you both. And there it is. What a match.
They surpassed their adversaries in the end.
GG.
Thus ends the liberation rite.
Well played, you two. As we said, that was our liberation rite, our final rite of the night, and a good one to conclude on at that. Very intense. Not to mention, on Anor's, third to last score? The one where she plunged with her harp, dropping Phalar down from 61 to 41 life. Might have just heard it there. Perfectly synchronized with that. I had a really big roll of thunder. So quite literally, the ground was shaking right when Anor did that. I was like, oh my goodness, what just happened? So it was really cool. Also, I was really hoping that I wasn't going to lose power right at the end of that rite before it finished, because who knows, whenever it's thundering and lightning. But anyways, as I said, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Thank you everybody who participated in the rite state. Thank you everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. I will duck out of Discord, but I will see you guys next week. Let me throw this screen on. And I think, yeah, both players have left. No worries there. Teleported into the downside for a second. But thank you, everybody. Of course, this was Pyre Community Rite Night, which we're doing every Sunday. And the best place to get involved in multiplayer Pyre, if you're interested in doing so, is by joining the Rite Club. The best way to do so, the way to do so, is by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. In addition to that, my general stream schedule is Fridays is Gwent Rogue Mage, the new Gwent single player game. Saturdays is I didn't ban him. I just timed him out. Timed him out for 5 minutes. He's back. He's back. Don't worry. Saturdays is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays, as I said, is Pyre. Then outside of that, Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all the streams there, so if you miss anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, as well as Thronebreaker, the other Gwent single-player game. And last few videos for Transistor, getting very close to the end of that as well. I think that's about it. Oh, Cacao. What about Cacao? What is Cacao's Twitch username again? What is Cacao's Twitch username? Can anyone send me Cacao's Twitch username real quick? It's not just Cacao, it's Cacao something, right? I may have killed Cacao. It's someone, perhaps, Cacao. You could just, okay, there we go. Thank you, I've got it now. Okay. I've got it. Don't worry. Everything is fine. Cacao will be fine. Cacao is back. Okay? Everything is fine. If you haven't done so yet already, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I'm live. Also follow me on Twitter at LidsVids, episode when I'm live as well. But the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is actually by joining my own Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.